Anyway, what do we have here? Okay, let's do it. So, it's number 8, 2nd December, right? Okay, so... Good evening, it's Saturday, 8 PM, 2nd of December, 2017. And I welcome you to this week's installment of Loot Picks. And I gotta say, this week's Loot Picks are juicy as heck. So, without further ado, let's get in there. So they have announced some specific dates for Monster Hunter World PlayStation Plus Beta. Now, or Beta, depending on your persuasion. The problem here is that it runs during the PSX event, that being the PlayStation Experience event, and that also means it runs during Capcom Cup, and also that means it runs from Saturday, December 9th, which is kind of fucked up because on Saturday I'm gonna be out of here, and on an offline Tekken tournament event. However, the end time is 12th of December, which is Monday, Tuesday, so we're gonna have enough time to mess with this, and I will absolutely stream this. You can bet your whatever you wanna bet, but I'm gonna be streaming this for sure. Can't wait. It's gonna be PS Plus only. PC version will be released later. PS4 is out on January 26th. Well, that's pretty soon, huh? I was kind of expecting March, but it's January. We will not check out the trailer because we will play the game. Thank you. There is not much else to be said. If you want to get in on this, you better get your PS Plus and PS4 ready next weekend. Yeah, definitely check this out. Also, one of the requirements is a hunting spirit, so you better get ready for that as well. Another piece of news is Tales of Series 22nd anniversary broadcast Tales Room, set for 16th of December. I kind of feel like these guys are kind of trying to copy, you know, Persona and Atlas and their Velvet Room broadcasts. They could have named it something else, but not. Why is it The Room? It's a bit on the nose, I think. But you know, they're gonna talk about some shit when it comes to Tales of games. Actually, reminds me, there's no new Tales of game announced for now. Last thing that came out on like a console is Berseria, and that came out last year for Japan and this year for us in the West. So these things, both of these things are mobile games. Pickup content. I guess they're gonna be announcing something or like giving away some stuff for the mobile games. Tales of the Stage, maybe they're gonna put some music and festival. They're gonna have a bunch of voice actors. So who is there? Who is here? Luke von Faber. That's one of my favorite names of any JRPG protagonist. Luke von Faber. That's so cool. Ludwig Kresnik. Kresnik, I think is from I don't know where exactly does it come from, but I think Kresnik is supposed to be some sort of vampire or something. Ash, yeah, he couldn't. If there is Luke, there's gotta be Ash, right? Dear Grants, oh yeah. Senna of the Hoopers? Who? Wait, who is this? Dear Grants and Tales of the Stage Last Score. I guess, I don't know who this is, but that doesn't seem like a real name. Senna of the Hoopers? Why is it not Senna of the Hooters? That would be more interesting, right? Well, anyway. We'll see what happens here. There may be some new announcement. What I would like to see from a new mainline Tales game would be fucking new graphics engine. Alright? I admit I am the first guy who says, look man, if it looks like a PS3 game, I'm okay with it. Because, you know, what I care about most is the gameplay. Alright? Give me the gameplay, give me some good music, and I don't really care what you look like. However, there's a caveat. The Tales games have looked the same for the last, what is it, 22nd year anniversary? Well, the games have been looking the same for like the past 15 years. Ever since Tales of Symphonia. Although Symphonia has super deformed characters, and after that, all the games look the same. So I really want them to just change something, you know. The combat system in Berseria is fucking awesome because they changed it in a huge way from the previous games, and it was a good change. So now I want to see something new with the structure of the game and the visuals. Just all I'm saying. Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing pretty good stuff. Just give me something, I guess, more mature. Berseria is a great step forward because the protagonist is a mature person. It's not a kid, though there is a kid in the party, but that's acceptable. It's in the party, you know. You can just tuck it away in the corner and never pay any attention to it, and it'll just eventually go away, you know. Like all problems like this, you know, just ignore it. Especially if it's a kid, you know, the kid's gonna disappear. You know, just don't worry about it. I'm okay with that. Anyway, I think I exhausted my jokes here. Let's move on. So they're copying the Velvet Room, right? So let's talk about Persona. Persona 5 worldwide shipments have topped 2 million, and that makes me kind of sad. You know, I'm not talking shit, okay? I have talked shit about Persona 5 before, but here's the deal. As many problems that I have with Persona 5, it's still an amazing game, especially when it comes to turn-based JRPGs, which are kinda becoming an endangered species nowadays. This game is excellent. Like the balancing, the combat system, the fusing, like the game. I have absolutely no complaints with the gameplay. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's like the best example of a Persona game. However, the thing here is 2 million. As good as this game is, and as much love as it went into this game, this number should be way higher. Why are still people not aware that JRPGs are fucking awesome? 2 million worldwide. I mean, for JRPGs it's excellent, but for this JRPG, it should be. The numbers must be bigger, Victor. They must be bigger. What is this? 2 million? Damn. Do you know how many people buy fucking GTA 5? That shit has like 70 million copies or whatever bullshit. You know, let's check it out. GTA 5? I haven't even played that game yet, and I am interested in it. Oh my god, it's crazy. Alright, okay. It's just 30 million, alright? But still, that's 15 times as much as this. I don't get it. Anyway, let's not dwell on this too much. Let's just celebrate what we have. 2 million sales for JRPG is beautiful, and I'm happy for Atlus and Persona. It's good stuff. We'll see how much recognition will Persona 5 get during all the Game of the Year awards and all that stuff. It's definitely gonna be in my list somewhere, at least as a nominee for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about what I want to do with my game, with my Lewd of the Year. But there's gonna be a Lewd of the Year category for sure. I think I have an idea what to put there as well. And I'm talking about a game, putting a game in that category. Oh my god, guys. Anyway, Monolith Soft president wants to play Xenoblade Chronicles X on Switch. Now you may be surprised, why am I talking about this? Because it's on Switch, and I talked about before that I don't want to talk about Switch. But the news that are coming out for Switch are such that it makes me want to talk about it, because it kind of starts to look interesting for me, you know. I'm just saying, if Switch is gonna have, or has now has, present tense, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with JP voice acting, and fucking, whoa, I don't have that news here. Anyway, Cosmos from Xenosaga is in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in some capacity. So if that's there, and there's gonna be freaking Xenoblade Chronicles X, potentially with Japanese voice acting, I really want to play this game. There's also one other thing we'll talk about. So if Xenoblade Chronicles X is on Switch, I am really, and if it's gonna have Japanese voice acting, just like Chronicles 2, I'm really considering that this thing might become more interesting for me. You know, because I like Japanese RPGs, and it seems like there's a bunch. There's gonna be a bunch at least. But anyway, Code Vein has a detailed new character, Nicola Karnstein. It's a little brother of Mia, and I'm like, the first time I saw this, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this lolly? Wait, that's a dude. Alright, I guess that's acceptable, but still, why does it always have to be fucking kid in these games? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. And look at how cute he is in this post-apocalyptic world. That just doesn't work, man. Maybe you're trying for like a dissonance thing or like a dichotomy of some sort, but man, anime just fucking destroys everything all the time. It's some mascot or kid or something like that. Anyway, I didn't look at any videos, I didn't check out any like details or anything like that. I am super interested in playing this because it looks fucking awesome despite the problems. Whoa, naked? Do I see naked flesh in these screens? Let's check it out. Do I see naked flesh? And I do like the designs of the mask and shit. This is just super edge mode and I like it. Yeah, this looks alright. This looks decent. I don't know what the backstory for this is, but I'm interested in the lore of the clavicle. I'm interested, of course. Yeah. Also, it's pretty. I like the contrast, of course. The shiny red color is too good. I cannot resist. You know, it's just. It looks interesting. I just hope it's not too anime, I guess. Though this looks like a scene that I've seen a million times before. I really like when the mask is like withdrawn, so you have like this gunk coming from below the throat on the face. That is awesome. I always love that design. And that's definitely a lolly. I don't care if it's a boy. Well, they have a name for that too. It's a Shota. So that's maybe even worse for some people. Though, yeah, I actually, damn, I would like to find that comment I made. All right, let me look for it. Should be too hard. Just open a comment section here and find my comment here. All right, there it is. Introduces Nicola Karnstein. Alright, let me regale you with the tales of the comment section. So, here we go. This is what I said when I saw Nicola. My eyes rolled back so far into my skull, there's always gotta be some damn kid in these games. At least it's not a lolly. There better be some bearded bara dude. And I stand by that. There better be some bearded, some dude, you know. And then, I was called a hater. Lolly are a million times better than your muscular guys, you hater. And I was thinking, lolly hater? I will take that title and I will wear it on my sleeve. But you know, I thought about it to maybe I should explain myself a little bit better. So here we goes. I think this is beautiful. Alright, let me explain myself. Though if you were to carve the title of lolly hater on my tombstone, I would be okay with that, and here's why. I like the here's why. The damn thing devolved into a checklist for most Japanese developers. Do we have a smug, know-it-all lolly that is mega tsundere? Check. Or do we have an amnesiac or otherwise socially impaired? I didn't want to say, you know, whatever. Socially impaired lolly who doesn't know anything about anything, but holds amazing power, which is a key plot point, so she's basically a plot device, that must be protected by a strong Oni-chan. Yeah, we have that. I really am tired of that, you know, and it just keeps happening. What I'm saying is, make more Sid High wins and fewer Eikos. I hope you guys enjoyed that explanation a bit more. I don't think this is a controversial thing to say, you know. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from lollies, okay? We got some juicy news finally. Omega Labyrinth Z is coming west in spring 2018. I would totally gave up on this and I forgot about this stupid thing. But this is awesome, okay? This came out originally, Omega Labyrinth came out on Vita in Japan, and then it got an expanded release, Omega Labyrinth Z, with the PS4 and Vita, and it's coming west And the deal here is it's basically a mystery dungeon roguelike. And the point of the game is that the main character is trying to grow her cup size. And yeah, reach maximum boobage, breasts bursting with power, and you know, all this shit. So last week I talked about Moe Chronicle and how the various Moe traits synergize, you know, between the party members, between the different fetishes. Actually, yeah, it's exactly that is a game mechanic. Different fetishes are working together against the power of evil. That is a game, and it's funny and it's awesome. So, oh my god, I forgot about this. Jesus Christ, this is, oh my god. Woo! It looks good. We got all 5 ZR genders here. We got we got knee-high boots, we got pantyhose, we got thigh highs, we got knee-high socks, we got over-knee boots. There's everything. There's over-knee socks. There's every single ZR represented here. That is nuts. Yeah, this looks good. If God's be willing, I will be streaming this because this is gonna be funny as hell. At least I hope so. I hope it's not just dumb. You know, if it's just dumb, you know, that's okay. But if it's gonna also be funny, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Usually these things are also funny because it's a fresh take on an old genre, like I said previously. So this is gonna be like a mystery dungeon. I really like the logo, the sideways omega. So we're gonna look at this, and I heartily recommend you check it out as well. Wait, what is it coming out on? It's but they only said it's coming out in spring 2018. They didn't say exactly which platforms, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's PS4, Vita, and PC. I would not be surprised about that. Not be surprised about that. I think there's a good chance of that happening. Wait, it says over here PS4 and Vita. There's no Steam logo here, but that may change, you know, that may absolutely change. So I wouldn't cross this out just yet. I was very happy about this. Now, speaking of Omega games, there's also Omega Quintet for PC coming out. Originally it was just a PS4, like an idle game, JRPG turn-based thing. I haven't heard too many positive things, but it's just, you really gotta know what you're getting yourself into. Do you like idols in uniforms and dancing and singing? Do you like turn-based JRPGs? Then chances are you're probably gonna enjoy this. Now, I don't like idols too much. I don't like idol music, that's for sure. So I was looking at this, I was like, yeah, it's a JRPG. It's from Idea Factory. I can recognize the style, and it looks like something I would enjoy like playing. But the setting is doing nothing for me. I kind of like the name guy is called Tucked, which is that's interesting. Yeah, Kyoka is best girl, by the way. Yeah, maybe at some point, if I ever run out of games to play. That was a lolly again. Yeah, there's always gotta be at least one. Like if there's a flat chest girl, that's fine. Why does it always have to be freaking? Oh, never mind. Let's not talk about this. Yeah, if I ever run out of JRPGs to play, I guess I'll go back to this because it seems like it has tons of mechanics in it, and I like that. Idea Factory games are deceptively superficial. Because, you know, at a glance, it looks like, well, I guess it's just, you know, fan service, and then you have, like, a attack button, and that's it, I guess. No. There's a bunch of mechanics every time, and they're pretty fun. They're not always, you know, the most difficult thing to play, but the mechanics are fun to learn and just use, so I always appreciate that about Idea Factory games. So I'm glad this has PC version because, again, the more PC versions of Japanese games we see, the better precedent we have for other bigger JRPGs to appear on, you know, Steam. Big and small, both. Let's take both. I'll take all JRPGs. Big, small, flat, you know, busty, I don't care. Give me all the JRPGs. I'm all about that. I still want to see, you know, like, you know, I always say that. I always want to see Resonance of Fate, and maybe freaking Eternal Sonata, and, you know, stuff like this. If small companies like this can afford a PC port with Japanese voice acting, you know what that means. The bigger companies are fucking... What are they? What are they? Cheap? Lazy? Do they not care? I don't know. I don't know. It's gotta be one of those things. Or multiple, I guess. But it's definitely not because they can't do it. They just won't. So these guys are hopefully changing their minds. Hopefully. Now, speaking of big JRPGs on Steam, from big companies, Star Ocean: The Last Hope PC version is out. Now, I've checked out briefly the Steam reviews, and it seems like the port has problems. I'm kind of guessing that's gonna be a recurrent theme with these ports, but you know, at least it works, I guess, and it looks nice. And I hope you have a controller, because these games are supposed to be played with controller. And if you still refuse to buy a controller, which is not that expensive, I mean, it's 60 bucks if it's new, right? It may seem like a lot, but consider it an investment for your future redemption of your nerves and patience, because some of these games will probably not work all that well with mouse and keyboard, or will not work at all. So what you want to get is a controller. I don't care if you prefer Xbone or PS4. I myself prefer the DS4 controller because I've always been a fan of DualShocks. But just get one of those things, because they both work, and just save yourself the trouble, okay? Save yourself the trouble. It's a good thing. Controllers are a good thing. Oh man, it reminds me, god damn it. Star Ocean 4, okay? I spoke about the lollies, right? Star Ocean 4 has a nice cast of characters that are kinda cool. Everybody's alright. And then there's this damn lolly who is also voiced by Miyuki Sawashiro. I was like, no, why? Why must you waste her on a fucking kid? And she does a great job. She does a great job. She's a great voice actress, and she does a great lolly voice. But, fuck. Pisses me off to no end. Do I gotta say she's one of the few lollies that I kinda accept, because she is legit cute, and she acts like a kid. In a sort of a believable fashion most of the time. But again, she is socially impaired, she wields great power, although she's not a plot device like in Star Ocean 5, which also has a lolly. Oh my god. And this is why Star Ocean 3 is my favorite. There's no lollies in there, it's just cool people. Well, cool people and Fate, I guess. Yeah, it's true. I totally forgot about Cliff Fitter. That guy is awesome, especially if you play with the Japanese voice acting, which is available by some means. Yeah, Cliff is awesome. Cliff is awesome. Right, more JRPG news. I told you guys this week is awesome. So Shin Megami Tensei 5 is confirmed West. So let me sum up. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Switch has Japanese voice acting. It has Cosmos from Xenosaga. It might have in the future Xenoblade Chronicles X, possibly with Japanese voice acting, and it's gonna have SMT5. You know, it's really starting to look like I will have to get Switch at some point. I really didn't want to do that, but they're just holding a gun in my mouth, and they're saying, "Look, man, do you want to play these awesome JRPGs? You better get the damn Switch, bitch." And I'm like, well, I don't know when I will get it, but it seems like I might have to do that. Because I do want to play SMT5, yes. I do. Despite being a little bit disappointed with the visuals, because again, it looks like SMT3. And that's probably a good thing for a lot of people, but I'm ready for something a bit new, you know. I have played SMT3 before. I don't need to play it again. Not really. I hope at least it has a better camera though, because SMT3 and Digital Devil Saga Man, the camera in those games is so fucking trash. You can tell it's a PS2 game, that's for sure. SMT is not Persona, but Persona is SMT. No and no. Well, kinda. Persona is a spin-off from SMT. So Persona is SMT, but SMT is not Persona. Yeah. SMT is like a mainline thing. Think of it like Final Fantasy. And Persona is Final Fantasy Tactics. That is the best analog I can make for you, I think. I think that also makes the most sense. Although Square never quite milked Tactics as much, although they did some milking, some mild milking has been done with Tactics. You know, there's like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, there's Final Fantasy Tactics A2, and I guess that's about it. Yeah. They never really went to full Atlas on that, or full Sega mode, I guess. Is it full Atlas or full Sega? Maybe both. Anyway, this looks awesome. I'm interested. Now, this came out of nowhere. I totally didn't know about this game at all. Wizard of Legend, fast-paced dungeon crawler. I was like, well, it's top-down pixel art. I have seen this like roughly 8 million times before. So I wasn't too excited, but then I saw some people talking about it and I was like, okay, let's check out the trailer, okay? Let's check out the gameplay trailer. And here's my thoughts. I was looking at this and I was like, you know what this looks like? The dudes with the hoods and the various magic, like melee magic, ranged magic, AoE magic, and this fast movement. This looks like fucking Soul Sacrifice, okay? This is top-down pixel art, Soul Sacrifice, the roguelike dungeon crawler thing, and this looks pretty fucking awesome to me. This is literally top-down Soul Sacrifice, except it's not a hunting game, but a dungeon crawler. So yeah, this looks pretty legit. I have no idea where this came from, but I'm interested. This looks pretty sweet. Yeah, very well done. Oh my god, oh, I just saw there's yellow lightnings. Fucking hell, why? Alright, never mind. Into the trash it goes. It could have been a good game, but it has a yellow lightning. Yellow pixel art lightning, come on. Well, that is the most disappointing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Though I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. But it is disappointing nevertheless. PS4, Xbox, Switch, PC, Mac, Linux. It's on everything. Publisher is Humble Bundle? Oh yeah, I guess they did. Wait, who bought a Humble Bundle? Was it IGN or someone? Huh? Anyway, this does look interesting, and I am going to play this. Early 2018, I think. Yeah. Man, early 2018 is gonna be a beast. A beast. Just like early 2017 was a beast. Early 2018 seems to be poised to strike our wallets in full force. And the damage is going to be substantial. Now we're getting to the Final Fantasy 15 active time report. And there's some really interesting stuff here. So 3 more episode DLCs are planned for 2018, and the first one is supposed to be episode Ardyn. That could be pretty interesting. I didn't feel like Ardyn was not fleshed out enough. I think they did a pretty good job showing him early on, and then showing him during the adventure, and then he talks a whole bunch at the end of the game. So I didn't think he was not fleshed out enough. But if we're gonna get playable Ardyn, I will not complain about that. Definitely gonna check that out. The other episodes are not fully decided. They're gonna be decided by the end of 2017. And Tabata said that he really wants to make sure the DLC is ready and done. I guess he's getting all those complaints a lot. So he's gonna make sure it's ready and done. And he also wants to exceed your expectations. And he wants people who gave up on the game or forgot about the story to reinvest themselves. Man, every time I check the comment section for Final Fantasy 15 news, it's terrible. It's either people who are like, okay, this looks cool, which is me, and there are the people who are like this weird self-parody of a fan that hates absolutely everything that comes out of Square Enix's mouth. And it was funny for a time, but man, those guys are really angry. Let me tell you, those guys are really angry. If somebody talks to you about, like, if you ever see somebody on the internet really passionately complain about some Final Fantasy, it doesn't have to be 15. It can be 13, it can be 7, it can be 8, it can be 9, it can be 6, whichever. If they really passionately complain about some Final Fantasy, just let them vent. Do not engage, alright? Do not engage the passionate Final Fantasy fan, quote unquote. Do not do that, it's a bad idea. Don't tell them they're wrong, don't tell them you disagree, don't give them any comparisons, just don't engage at all. It's not a good idea, because they thought about those problems for years. I thought that the, like, a 40-page essays about fucking why this Final Fantasy sucks and why this Final Fantasy is the best, I thought it's a joke, but that's a fucking real thing. It's the realest thing, so don't do it. Whew. Anyway, that's a little PSA for you on the internet, you know, if you want to preserve your sanity and time. That's more important. Time and energy. Time and energy, those are important. Don't waste them. Just looking for Final Fantasy news just to throw hate at it. Yeah, pretty much. But there's more. But wait, there's more. There's a December update coming, and we will be able to switch the party members? What? Didn't they say that's impossible or too much work? Well, it really is starting to look like that the PC version is going to be the real complete version of the game, which is kind of funny and kind of sad, but you know, I'm not too angry because I stopped playing Final Fantasy 15 after I finished the story, and I've done some hunts, and at this point I'm at the post game. I haven't done the post game dungeons yet, so maybe in December it's best time to look into that. We will be able to change party members, and I think they all control differently. I haven't played the DLCs either, and from what I've seen, all the party members are supposed to have like a different movesets. They control differently than Noctis, I think. So yeah, I think at the end of December or in January, after I'm done with Okami, I'm probably gonna buy the DLCs and we're gonna play some Final Fantasy 15, because yeah, I enjoyed the game very much. Whoa, machine gun? Damn, that looks sick. RPG? Party RPGs! Oh man, the smoke effects. How many guns does he have? 4 guns? Shit. And a grenade? Oh, that's the magic. Yep. Alright, enough. I wanna play this. This looks sick. This looks great. And it's a free update. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a free update. You know, as much as you may dislike Final Fantasy 15 or the characters or Tabata or Square or what have you, you can't deny that they really support this game. They have released so many updates that were quite significant up to this point. They were free. And then there's the DLCs that are pretty substantial too, and well priced especially if you buy the season pass. You know, you get a lot of extra content for your game. So I can't hate on this. This is all good stuff. I just really hope, again, I'm gonna remind you guys, Noctis Ruchis Kairum is coming to Tekken 7 sometime in 2018. Early 2018, so maybe in June. I just really hope we're gonna be able to use old Noctis, man. If old Noctis makes it for Tekken, then we're so hype. Yes. Well, there's still more for Final Fantasy 15. They talked about some details for episode Ignis, which is supposed to come out soon, December 13th. Okay, that's the last of the 3 party members and their own story segment. Playtime is between 1 and 2 hours, and it supposedly has the most story of any DLCs, which is a bit worrisome, because the more story, the less gameplay you get, usually when it comes to this. There's also a post-DLC battle. It's like a boss battle. They're doing some cool stuff with the DLC, it seems like. A really friendly match? What is this? Oh, maybe that's the Noctis battle. Okay, it's gonna be that. And the Extraverse is the alternate path with the boss battle. Hall of Fame. It's probably gonna be some sort of leaderboard for the bosses, probably. They're doing some cool stuff with the DLCs. It's not just, you know, some throwaway thing like here's an extra map, here's an extra boss. No, they're doing some cool stuff with this, and I do appreciate it. Also, there's a guest composer, Yasunori Mitsuda. You guys know who this guy is, right? Or do I have to remind you? Let's take a look at his resume. Yasunori Mitsuda is a composer who's very well known, especially for you guys who play on the Nintendo consoles, you know. So, just looking at the list, we got Chrono Trigger, we got Front Mission, we got Chrono Cross, we got Shadow Hearts. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Although I think he only arranged some tracks in the special album. We got Xenosaga, Shadow Hearts 2. What else is there? Luminous Arc, Somabringer, Sense of Destruction, Arc Rise Fantasia, Xenoblade Chronicles. Man, hey, this guy does some good. Oh, of course. With Wataru Hokoyama, he did Soul Sacrifice. Guys, if you've never heard Soul Sacrifice music, after the podcast, you gotta check it out. Soul Sacrifice music is insane. It is like a Western epic RPG soundtrack, like a Skyrim or Elder Scrolls or Guild Wars or stuff like that, but it's a Japanese style, so it's insane. It's crazy awesome. It is amazing. Alright, well that's it. Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing, so we're gonna have music that's Yoko Shimomura mixed in with some, you know, sprinkled with some Mitsuda in it. This should be good. This should be good. We will not check out the videos because I don't want to get spoiled or anything. So it's probably gonna take place on Alticia, and we're probably gonna see how exactly Ignis lost his eyesight. Could be cool. Though, again, whenever I remember about Alticia and the battle against Leviathan, I always remember that the whole damn trailer all those years ago in E3 was a freaking hoax, and it was fake as fuck, and I called it back then. It looked way too ambitious. We did not get that battle in the game. Definitely not. Final part of the Final Fantasy news is that Shinji Hashimoto says that 2018 will be a big year for Final Fantasy. I don't know what that means exactly, but I think somebody linked it in the comment section here. I think it was even Sal, the owner of the Gematsu site. No, it's Zero. The main mod here. Do you guys remember Shinji Hashimoto from, I think it was last year's PlayStation Experience, where he talked about Final Fantasy VII is finally coming out on PS4 and is the PS1 version. I think that was 2 years ago. Man, that was funny. He was like, ha ha. This guy is an Ultima troll indeed. Yeah, I don't know what exactly he means by this, but you know, I would not be altogether surprised if the Final Fantasy VII Remake finally came out in 2018. I think it's possible, because it was announced a couple years back, and I think at this point they're just waiting for Final Fantasy 15 development to be like finished. And I think that's gonna be finished, or considered finished, once the PC version is out. And I would assume that the PC version is gonna be out before the end of the fiscal year, which is, I think, like a March 2018, something like that. So I would keep my eyes peeled on March release date for the PC version of Final Fantasy 15. And after that is announced and or released, I think they're gonna finally start talking about, you know, 7 Remake. So my guess is E3 2018. It's gonna have a launch, not launch, announcement trailer. No, I mean release date trailer on E3 2018, and just in time for like fall or December. December 18th is apparently the birthday of Final Fantasy, so it's gonna be the 31st anniversary, December 18th. I think that checks out. I think we might be able to expect 7 Remake in December 2018. Hopefully global release, not just Japanese one. With the Western version coming out 2 months later, that would be dumb. Especially for 7 Remake, you gotta do that worldwide. You gotta do that worldwide. I mean, it's 7 Remake. You can't do that. You can't release this thing on December in Japan and then in February in the West. That will not fly. People will be pissed. People will be really pissed. And then again, it's Square. They always take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I wouldn't put it past them. I would not put it past them. I also wonder what's the next main line Final Fantasy gonna look like. You know, Final Fantasy 16. You know what I would like? You know what I would like for Final Fantasy 16? I want a protagonist that is old and has facial hair. I would like that. Or if it was an old woman, that would be interesting. It's always like a really beautiful, mature woman or a girl, very beautiful girl, or this beautiful boy. Or an old Noctis, but even older. You see, old Noctis is like the perfect compromise. He's not too old, but he's definitely not young. The hair and the facial hair, he looks perfect. And old Noctis is my favorite JRPG design of all time. I can't even think of a better character. I can't. He really is the coolest looking main guy. Like, there's definitely cooler looking party members like from other games, but the main guy looking that is sick. Especially when you put the King's raiment on him. He's got the suit with the half cape or whatever. That looks dope. The high collar. Damn. I want that game. I want a game with the old Noctis for the full duration of the game. Or that's another thing. Maybe even more time skips. You know, like Dragon Quest. Which was it? 7? Dragon Quest 7, I think it was. Was it? I think it was 7. Maybe it was 6. I don't remember exactly. But one of the Dragon Quest games has like a, you know, the main character go from a little kid to a mature person, right? And he travels with his father for a good duration of the time. And then you also find like you know, your wife, and you establish a family in the game, and the game just takes place over like 15 or 20 years or something. That would be also really sick. Just seeing the characters grow, like literally grow into real people, real adults, that'd be cool as well. I would be okay with that. Although we would have to suffer through some kid phase and teenage phases and stuff. I don't know if I want that. Anyway, I'm excited for Final Fantasy. Every single Final Fantasy I've played, I have enjoyed. Apart from maybe Type 0, which had big problems, but it was still an okay game. So I am not tired of Final Fantasy, and I still trust Square to make an enjoyable game. So I'm excited. I think these guys are doing good stuff. Especially they're doing the God's work, because they put the JRPGs on the PC and they always provide Japanese voice acting. So these guys know what they're doing. Now you guys have heard this before, right? There's no way you haven't heard about this. Demon's Souls online services are ending. And it's an end of an era because they've been up for almost 10 years, which is shocking to me. Almost 10 years of service. That is crazy, dude. Especially since the PS3 is well in its grave. You know, the PS3 is buried. It's dead as fuck. There's probably some soccer games still coming out on that, but you know, that's about it. So I gotta say, personally, I never enjoyed the online in Souls game too much. You know, it was always like cool idea, but in execution it always just annoyed the fuck out of me. You know, I'm just trying to get over there and there's this damn invader shooting arrows in my ass all the time. And stuff like that. The messages spoil all the secrets. But, you know, the messages I like. The messages can stay. I love the messages because they're always funny. Oh, well, always. They can be really funny. And last week I mentioned Demon Gaze, the dungeon crawling RPG, the DRPG. And that game, Demon Gaze 1 and 2, they both have the messaging system as well. So you have this tile-based DRPG, and you can leave down a message. You know, you have the preset phrases and stuff, and you can do some funny messages there. So the messages are awesome. I love them. PvP fucking sucks ass because it's laggy as hell, and its imbalance is just whatever, man. I don't give a fuck. Co-op is alright. I'm into co-op. That's okay. It's you know, it's optional, so I always liked helping other people with bosses. But you know, that was just a substitute for me to be able to replay the bosses. So now with Neo, it really is like, well, I could spam my sign and wait for 5 minutes before somebody finds it so I could refight the boss, or I could just play Neo and play the bosses over and over and over again, however many times I want. Yeah, Souls as a franchise has become super obsolete with its mechanics for me, with Neo out. It is so wild to me though, it's crazy. Though I say all this, but I also have to say one other thing. The first time I played Demon Souls, and the first time I got invaded, that was one of my most exciting like gaming experiences I've had in my entire life. That was so crazy and awesome. And then the lag came in and it wasn't exciting anymore. But you know, just walking around Tower of Latrina, and then the message popping up, "You've been invaded by buttsex number 68. I was like, whoa, shit. I was invaded by buttsex? Is that surprise buttsex? Damn. So I hid in a cell. I was like, shield up, waiting for the guy. I was like, damn, where is he? And then I saw him pass by the corridor. I was like, oh! And so many emotions welled up inside of me. I was surprised, I was shocked, I was excited, I was pissed off, and it was awesome. But then I tried fighting him, and it was laggy, and I got destroyed, and that's about it. And then I was in my soul form again. So that wasn't that much fun. But yeah, I like the idea. It's just, I guess the technology is not there for it to be really cool for me. Though at the same time, whenever I got invaded in the later games, I always made sure I have chameleon on me, so I always chameleoned into some object, and then I just sat there and I was looking at the guy and I was testing his knowledge of the maps. Are you aware that this spot right here is not supposed to be here? Because if you're not aware of that, you will not find me. I like that a lot. The prop hunt in Dark Souls was probably my favorite part when it comes to invasions, for sure. Oh yeah, and the online mode in Demon Souls especially was sucky because you couldn't do the world tendency events. Man, that was a terrible idea. Although they could have done, they were doing some cool stuff, and like during Christmas, everybody in online was like pure white. During Halloween, everybody was pure black. So you could do that, but they probably should have done that more often, you know, for it to matter, for me to want to play online all the time. The world tendency is a great idea again, or interesting idea, but execution was very inconvenient. Because going to pure white tendency is so easy to fuck up. But once you fuck up, there's no going back. You can get there. At least not without player base that invades you all the time. Mind Jack? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna read that after I'm done with the final piece of news. We're already at the end of it. whoa, man, yeah, these news have been amazing. And now, your regular reminder, buy Okami HD. They really are publishing articles about this game every single week. God damn. Buy Okami HD, PS4, Xbone, PC, December 12th. Buy Okami HD. Damn, this game's awesome. You want this game. You wanna play it. It's beautiful. It will make you feel good. It will make you love video games in case you are burnt out. Because it's different. I mean, it's a 3D Zelda, but it's different 3D Zelda than you're used to. The audio and visual design is 100% consistent, and it's in HD. Come on, man. Oh my god. You link the fire and you melt the ice cubes. Melting ice cubes. PS2 was the console of melting ice cubes. Metal Gear Solid 2 did it. Okami does it. And ever since then, I've never seen it anywhere else. Weird. Anyway, that's it for loot picks of this week, number 8. I hope you guys enjoyed the news because there's been some really cool stuff. And Omega Labyrinth Z? Is that the name? Omega Labyrinth Z? Yeah, that's the official name. I'm gonna play that. Oh my god, I cannot wait. I just really hope that somebody picks up the other Moe Genkai Toki series games. The Moe Crystal, and the 7 Pirates, and then the new Castle Panzers game. Man, I really hope somebody picks it up and localizes it, because otherwise I'm just gonna have to import for my Vita, which is, I guess I could do that. The language in that game is not that complicated, so I could just play with the dictionary, I guess. But you know, these games, they're important, man. If there can be gore porn, I want there to be fan service and erotic setting for games, because it really gives fresh paint of coat for these old genres, and it makes them more fun and interesting. You know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next week. See you later.